Welcome to the channel. It's Ovi Mark. Today we're going to be looking at how to make money from Eurobonds. Eurobonds are types of bonds, so we're going to find out what bonds are and how we can use them to our advantage. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button just below the video. Also click the like button and the bell notification icon so that anytime I drop new videos you can be notified. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you at the end of the video. Don't go. For us to have a good understanding of what a Eurobond is, we have to first of all look at what a bond is. A bond is a fixed income instrument that represents a loan made by an investor to a borrower. The borrower is typically a corporate organization or a government. So with a bond, there is usually an issuer. Okay, the issuer is the person who is borrowing money, and then there is an investor, the one who is lending money. So the issuer or the borrower, what they do is that they sell out bonds on periodic basis to investors who have the money, to lend out. So governments and corporate organizations use bonds as a means of raising capital for the projects that they have to run. Sometimes they use this capital to do other businesses, and then they generate profit out of it, and then they pay percentages out to the investors. One of the types of bonds we're going to be looking at today is a Eurobond. So a Eurobond is a debt instrument that's denominated in a currency other than the home currency of the country or market in which it is issued. So you could have Euro bonds that are denominated in US dollars. Such types, you could call them Euro dollar bonds. There are other ones that are denominated in the Chinese yen. Those ones, you can call them the Euro yen bonds, and so on. Getting to buy Euro bonds can prove some sort of difficulty for ordinary citizens. To cut off all of these bureaucracies and complexities, there are certain organizations out there who act as middlemen or as brokers, and they help to connect the investor with organizations and government who are ready to issue out bonds to members of the public. This is where Cowrywise comes in. In my previous video, I talked about how Cowrywise offers investors the opportunity to invest in mutual funds, specifically the money market, and how they can make money on a daily basis. If you haven't seen that video, go check the link in the description page of this video and get yourself up to speed. If you're new to Cowrywise, I'm also going to leave a link in the description page of this video. Use it, go through the link and register on their site. When you're done registering, you can download the app on Google Play Store for ease of access, or you could just choose to use the web version. So for now, I'm just going to log in. Your dashboard is going to look something like this. The first thing you want to do is click on this button right here. Go to your profile right there, click on it, update your profile. Click on this, update your payment details so that when your bond is ready to be received, you can receive it straight into your account. I talked about the credibility of Cowrywise in my previous video on mutual funds. Check it out in the link below to know more about Cowrywise. Scroll down to the bottom of the app and then click on this invest in dollar mutual funds. Click on this button right here. So let's start off with the first one. We're going to click on it. It opens up for us. The next thing we want to do is click on the learn more button. This is a Nigerian Eurobond fund brought to us by United Capital Asset Management. So the yearly returns of this Eurobond is about 2.63%. Now let's scroll down and get more information about this. It says you can claim your investment at any time by selling your units of this fund. So once we invest, we're going to be buying units of this investment, and then what we also want to sell, we're going to be selling in units. Now let's get more information about this. So we're going to click on the more button, this one. So it says the United Capital Nigerian Eurobond Fund is an actively managed, open-ended unit trust scheme whose main objective is to achieve capital appreciation for investors with United States dollars. You see that? So it's designed to deliver significantly higher returns than the average domiciliary account in the local banks. So how do you earn from this? It says daily the fund's unit price changes. These changes determine your return. For example, if the price was 100 naira yesterday and 120 naira today, you have gained 20 naira. However, there can be losses. With Eurobonds, the objective is to generate increased capital, increased returns for you as an investor. So there are the possibilities of losses. But what you should do as an investor is to make sure you do your own research, know when the markets are down, know when the markets are booming, and then you know when to buy. All right. So right now, let me just give a tip here. One of the tips in investing in bonds is that when interest rates of a particular country are high, the price of bonds fall. When the interest rates are low, the price of bonds go up. So what investors would want to do, or what I do personally, is when the interest rates is high and the price of bonds fall, that is the right time for me to buy. Now let's take a look at the chart here. For instance, I just got to discover that there's a certain time of the year where this particular bond, where the prices drop, and at that time, that's when I buy. If we look at the 6 months chart, this button right here, now you can see that there is a huge dip here. That is where we are currently, and this is the period of June, July, August, this summer period. Okay, now you can see the prices are down here. If we look at the price here, you can see it's selling, where unit is selling for $121. At this point, the top of it, this was sometime in June 10, the price was about $125.30. But look at the bottom here, it has fallen to $121. Now if we go back a little bit to the beginning, this was sometime in December 2021, the price was about $122. So if you bought at this point here, someone who's buying it now at this point would be buying this particular Eurobond cheaper even than someone who bought it in 2021. You see the difference? So you always want to wait until the prices drop, then you can buy. Now let's take a look at the 1 year chart. Look at this Eurobond. You can see that there is a strong dip somewhere. There was a strong dip somewhere here. This was in July. You see this? It's also a summer period. July 2021, there was a huge dip. All right. So if you had bought at the bottom here, you would have bought it cheaper, all right, than someone who bought here at the top. Now let's look at the chart furthermore. Look at this. This is where we are now. The price is dropping, so you might want to give it some time, maybe towards the end of June or July or August. Investors can decide to go in and buy. Now let's look at the all-time chart and notice the dip. Now if you look at this chart critically, you can see that there were dips within this period. There was a dip here, there was a dip here, another dip here, and currently this is where we are now. But all in all, you can see the overall progression of this chart, that is it is bullish. So this instrument is highly bullish. You can see it just going up and up. It's an uptrend. Now let's look at the dates. If we take a look at the beginning point here, you can see where this cursor is. The date here is June 19, 2019. That was the beginning of this fund, 2019. Look at the price was about $112 and some cents. Now let's go further. The price moved to about 115, and let's come here. The price went to about 121, and let's come here, 124. Okay, so if you bought one unit for let's say you bought here when it dipped at $108 at the moment, and you sold off sometime in June 3rd, you would have made some considerable amount of money for yourself. Let me note that bonds should be treated as long-term project, long-term investment. Okay, so it's not something you get into there and you make money, a lot of money out of it tomorrow. So the reason why I pulled out the all-time chart is so that we can notice something about the time period. Look at this. Sometime in July 12, the prices went up, and then look what happened. In July 24th, the prices dipped. This was in 2019. And now let's come here again. Let's take note of when there was a dip here. There was another dip here in August 2020. You see how close these deep dates are? July for 2021 and now August for 2020. Now let's look at another dip around here. This was around June. Okay, from June to about July, there was another dip in 2021, and currently in 2022, look at it, all the way from May, the end of May going into June, up to the current time, the market is currently dipping. All right, so from what we've seen, the market started rising back in August. Look at this. August in 2021, the market started rising. And then let's go backward a little bit. Same time, August in 2020, the market started rising. Let's go back. Same time in about July, ending, going towards August. In 2019, the market started rising. Okay. So I just noticed with this fund that during the summer months, there is a dip. Summer months, May ending towards June, July, and then August, September, the market starts climbing up, as we can see from this very chart. So what I do with this very investment is that I wait till the time of the dip. When the dip is over, I buy. When the dip is at its lowest, somewhere around here, I buy. And then towards September, November, December, January, February, March, April, I watch my assets go up. And then when it's going towards the end of May, entering June, I get ready to sell. Once I notice the dip, I sell. And then when the dip is over, I buy again towards the end of the summer. So this is my strategy with this particular Euro bond. Okay. So now let's go on. For information's sake, let's learn more about this Euro bond. So we're going to click on this. So the total size of this bond pool, $14 million. That's a lot of money. And then the trustees, they are the people or the organization that manages the funds inside of this Euro bond, and they are GTL trustees. And then the custodian are those who watch over the assets and make sure that they are not stolen and that they are not prone to fraud. The custodians are FCMB Limited. The handling fees is about 1.5%. So let's look at the composition of this Euro bond. The fund is made up of about 7% of fixed term deposits, and then 50% the federal government of Nigeria Euro bonds, and then 43% on corporate Euro bonds. This way, funds are guaranteed to a large extent. The next thing we want to do is to invest in the fund. Click the invest button. It brings up this page for you. What you do is choose an amount that you can invest. The minimum you can go here is $10. Okay, and then you have the option for $50, $100, $500, $1,000. Okay, if the amount you want to invest is not amongst any of this, what you simply do is click the different amount button. Once you click on this, it's going to give you a space where you can type into. So you type the amount you want to invest. You could maybe $15,000 or whatever you have in mind to invest. Okay, so when you're done with that, you click on invest now. Cowrywise will take the initiative by helping you convert your naira into dollar, and they're going to be doing it at this rate for you. If you want to buy, they're going to be exchanging $1 for you at the rate of 611 naira. And then if you've already invested and you need to sell your units, they're going to be buying it from you at the rate of 598 naira per dollar. The next thing you want to do here is got it, and then right here you're going to have to fill in your details. The amount is already filled. Here, the units are already filled. Why? This amount of money, $15,000, is going to buy you these units, a total between 118 to 130 units. The value shows up here, about 9,165,000 naira. Now, the processing fee for this transaction is going to be 183,300, and then the total we're going to be spending here will be about 9,348,300. Right here you can see my card. Okay, so here it's showing us the current exchange rate. Now there's a button here which you can activate. It says reinvest my dividends. So what this means is that when your dividends are paid, Cowrywise usually pays you dividends from this investment. So once the dividends come, if you want it to reinvest automatically, you use this button. If you do not want to, you just deactivate the button like this, click on it, and then it will ask you, are you sure you want to turn this off? You click on yes. Okay, if not, click on cancel, and then you continue with your investment. Once you're done, you click on continue, and then the system tells you congratulations, you have just bought yourself a Eurobond. Back, let's click on the back button right here. Okay, now there is another Eurodollar fund here. Let's take a look at it. This one is the one by Eurobond. Okay, so we're gonna click on learn more. Let's learn more about this. The year till date return of this Eurobond is about negative 1.54%. So this one has been down for some time. All through last year it was kind of down. And let's take a look at the chart of this Eurobond. This is the 1 month chart. We can see that it gradually climbed. It was gradually climbing until it's dipping at the moment. Okay, so this is the 1 month chart. Let's look at the 3 months chart and see how it looks like. Okay, so if you also notice with this very one, you can see periods of dips. You can see here the price went up and then it dips down here. It picked up, it went up again, it dipped here, it climbed all the way up here, and currently it is dipping gradually. Now let's look at the dates these dips occurred. Here you can see there was a peak. At this point it was $1. Now this Eurobond is really quite cheap. It was about $1, and then sometime in April there was a dip. All right, and then it climbed up again. This was April in 2022. Okay, I'm looking. Let's just take a look at all of the charts. This is a 6 months chart. You can see this Eurobond is not performing so well as the first one we saw, but there are still moments of profit making. Now let's look at the 1 year chart. Here we can see that it went up here and then it started dipping all the way here. It dipped all the way here. It peaked somewhere around here and then it's gradually rising. Now let's look at the all-time chart and see how this Eurobond has performed. Okay, so we can see here that it peaked around here, and then once it got here, it dipped massively and then went down a little bit before it's starting to climb up now. Okay, so if you want to go with this one, you have to be very careful to understand the dynamics. If you know how to trade it, you can also trade it. When your money is ready, your dividends they'll be paid into this section of Cowrywise called your stash. Guys, your balance is displayed here. Now mine is hidden because I decided to use this button to cover it up for security reasons. So always click on this I button right here and then to show you your balance. All right, also you might want to consider looking at this section. Click on this section and to show you a graphical representation of how your profits are coming in and how your funds are growing. Now you can see that all my funds here altogether have grown about 0.02% today. For those of you who are looking for alternative ways to make passive income, this is just one of them that I've shown you, and there are many more on my channel. Do make sure you stay with my channel and go through my content so you can find out ways you can always make passive income. When you've bought your Eurobonds, they're going to be showing up in your investment or your plans. So what you do is come to this icon right here which says plans, click on it, investments. The one you just did now is going to appear here in your dollar fund. So you're welcome back. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button just below the video. This really helps us to grow. Also, like the video and click the bell notification icon so that anytime I put out new videos, you can be instantly notified. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay good, keep winning, and always remember to have fun.